So my name is Ali. My role is, my title is Director of Development. My responsibility is sort of managing the development team, improving our development process, and making sure that the pipeline, the software development pipeline, is really healthy. So this is my work items dashboard. This dashboard has a number of clips. Some of them are high-level aggregations, and some of them are actually details. So let's start with the one on the top left, which is called WIP limits. So if you are familiar with Kanban or lean thinking, you're probably familiar with work in progress limits. So the idea of work in progress limits is you would have a limited number of items in progress in each state. And so the whole purpose of that is to make sure you have a smooth pipeline. For instance, if you have a lot of items waiting in QA and you don't have enough QA resources to tackle those issues, then there's no point doing more development, because as these issues become ready, there are no QA resources to pick them up and sort of get them to the finish line. So we try to monitor and make sure that we have enough resources across the board in each of these different states. The other one that's really important is issue priorities clip. So what this clip shows us is the number of critical and major issues. The priority of these issues is a reflection of their impact on our customers and on our platform. So obviously we don't have a lot of critical issues. We usually have a limit of 3. And if we ever pass that limit, which really happens rarely, we sort of give priority to those issues and try to get rid of them as soon as possible. Same goes for major issues. We have a higher limit for that for obvious reasons, because they have less impact on our customers than critical issue. But going to sort of a detailed level clip, the one at the bottom right corner, basically this clip lists all those critical and major issues, and it tells you a story about their state, their priority. It gives you a summary, who's working on it, their age, and all that good stuff. But if you're not satisfied with the information you're getting on dashboard, one of the nice things with Klipfolio is you can actually link to the original source of data. So in this case, we're linking back to our issue tracking tool. So with just one click, I can go and look at the details of that issue and find out more. And then at the top, we have sort of the number of releases clip. So this clip is used to track a number of releases over a month. This is again an aggregate clip. We probably look at it once a month to see if number of releases are healthy or not. Yeah, so the other one that I want to talk about, which I think is really important, is the dev metrics dashboard. So this dashboard is basically, its sole responsibility is monitoring cycle time. Cycle time, at least in our definition, the idea is the time it takes from when we start developing a feature or fixing a defect until it ends up on production. If you want to have one metric for your development team to monitor, that metric should be cycle time. The reason for that is because it reflects so much information in just one aggregate value that is really important. It tells you on average how much it takes for you to take your issues from start to finish line. And in that number, you have things like, are your issues small enough? Are you thinking about doing your basically stories in an incremental enough fashion? Are developers responding to code reviews fast enough, or you have a little bit of wait time there? How is your tooling helping you to move your items throughout this pipeline from development to production? Is there anything blocking you on the operations side? For instance, the software is ready, but the operation team doesn't have the servers. So I mean, again, that one number, it's funny how much information it carries. And then, if you find there are spikes in your number, you can go and ask the question and dig a little bit deeper on what are the problems that you're seeing. Now what we have on this dashboard is one cycle time clip per team and also an overall aggregated cycle time. So basically we can see how overall the team is doing, and also if you're interested we can look at each individual team. When you see spikes in trends, you can always ask questions about, so where do we feel that problem is? The other thing you would notice is we also measure cycle time for subsets of the process. So for instance, for review or QA. And so if you have a large cycle time for the overall process, but you don't have any subset numbers, it's kind of hard to find the root cause of the problem. So depending on how you are sort of organizing your process, you may want to have a few cycle times for the subsets of the process as well. So another dashboard that I use almost hourly is our operations dashboard. So this one basically shows the status of our servers on production, which is really cool. We're using our own tool to monitor our own tool. That's really amazing. What I really like about this dashboard and Klipfolio is the fact that we also have a mobile app. So for me, who's responsible for our productions and operation, it's really important to make sure that our servers are up and running and everything is basically in green state. And so, no matter where I am, whether I'm, on the bus or, sometimes in the bed at night, I can just open up my mobile Klipfolio app and look at the status of all of our servers and services, and basically make sure that they're in a healthy state, everything is moving along nicely, and so on.